So I guess we've heard various types of perspectives. So what I'd like to focus on is talking about the immense complexity of the current modern IT environment. So for most organizations, whether it's government or commercial, there probably exists an on-premise piece of the network. There's also perhaps one or more cloud systems, maybe IaaS, infrastructure as a service, perhaps multiple software as a service cloud implementations. And in addition, some of the cloud implementations or applications might actually integrate multiple cloud services, such as maybe database services like storage services from one cloud provider, compute services from another cloud provider. So where does this lead us? I mean, so the immense complexity of the application or the IT environment means that different applications will be able to support different types of identity authentication technologies. Some may still go with password. Some may do multi-factor authentication using maybe SMS on your phone, or an authenticator application on your phone, perhaps. Some of the applications may be mature enough to accept PKI-based authentication, smart card, et cetera. And some of them may be able to reuse existing identities through identity federation, kind of technologies, SAML, et cetera. So that's one type of complexity, let's say. So now let's talk about another dimension of the complexity, which is about the types of users that a typical organization has to support. Obviously, there are internal, organizational users, and then there are typically, partners and government agencies, oversight agencies, et cetera. So again, where does this lead us? So for the internal users, let's say, most organizations will probably be issuing identity credentials, right? But for the external users, they might be asked to use their own identity credentials from their own organization, or they may be asked to use their, personal credentials, such as Gmail IDs and whatnot, like through OpenID, right? So there's a degree of complexity there. And then another degree of complexity or dimension of complexity is the types of computing platforms that the different types of users or stakeholders want to use. Obviously, there's the workstations and laptops, but there's also mobile platforms, as we know, plethora of them. And for each of these types of platforms, they support and are able to use different types of identity authentication technologies, such as, some may have smart card readers attached to them. Some may have biometric capture devices, capture, capabilities. So all in all, I guess what I'd like to focus on is that, the identity and access solution environment in a multi-cloud and hybrid cloud environment is extremely complex, and therefore organizations, that's a challenge as well as an opportunity for products that can help to resolve this sort of problem set, I guess. So.